All right, so we wrote this script here that is gonna make that thing do that. So basically I just need to make an empty object. It doesn't even have to have anything attached to it. It's just gotta have a tag that says turn. So again, I'm lazy and I am going to go to game object, 2D object, sprite, and I'm just gonna call this turn around, and I'm gonna create a tag. So add tag. And we're gonna hit plus, and it's just gonna be turn, because that's what we named the other one. Enter. Go back to my turnaround object, and I'm gonna zero all these out. Tab 0. Okay. And I'm going to add the tag turn. Beauteous. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach a sprite to this, and I'm just gonna attach again background, bring it down over here, and I'm gonna scale this puppy up. And oh, you know why? I can't see it because we're going to go ahead and put it in the foreground. There we go. And I'm going to go, and it just needs to be, let's say like here. Okay. Yeah, you like that? And basically what I need to do though, is that this isn't actually going to work yet. I have to add a physics 2D, a collider. Because you remember when you saw that on trigger enter, it goes based off the collider. So there's my collider. And I'm going to turn the sprite renderer off. Okay, so all you have is the collider. I only did that so that I could see it. And basically what I'm going to do is, actually, you know what? I'm going to go to prefabs, and we'll just drop it like it's hot. And I'm going to grab another one, and I'm going to put this one, oops. Oh, okay. I'm going to grab this one, and I'm not going to put it here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the other side of the couch, like this. Okay? And what that's going to do is basically now there's one on either side of the couch. See? And now when this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and put him down like here. Now you'll see that he's going to walk, and it doesn't work. So I just got to make sure that this is all set up correctly. It is. I don't think I want this to be a trigger. Okay, I got you. Oh, you know why? Because this is on a box collider. But I need the box collider. Because if I do is trigger, he's just going to slide right through, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Turn that off from his trigger. So let's try doing this. I don't know how I did it before. So let's do, instead of on trigger enter, let's do on collider enter and see what happens. On collider enter. And I'll say that. On collider enter 2D, I should say. And it doesn't like something. Let's see. Whatever, I don't care. Clear. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not working. Alright. I'm going to figure this out real quick and then. Okay. So first thing is put this back to on trigger enter 2D. That was right. I don't know what I was thinking. That works fine. What I had to do is this. I took the collider here. So let's get in closer so you can see. The collider on the main, the bigger object here, and I made it a trigger. But if you look, it's the bigger one here. See how it sits out farther than the littler one? Then on the dragon here, I also added a collider, but I didn't make it a trigger. That way this one from physics will keep it from falling through. And then this one will trigger, the box collider here will trigger the other one. Okay. Just so you kind of get that. All right. So basically the one on the bigger object, the parent object, is going to be a trigger, and that's the larger one. It's not the smaller one. And then the attached to the actual sprite here is a smaller one that has the that's just a normal collider that's gonna help me with the physics. Okay, so now if you hit play, you'll see it will boop, and oh, it ran into this. So remember when it runs into player, it dies. So it ran into the player. Now we need to fix that. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're going to make another kind of block thing, right? So I'm going to go to game object, 2D object, sprite again, and I'm just going to, well, it doesn't really matter, I could zero it out, and I'm just going to again attach the background here. It's just a generic one, and I'm going to go ahead and we'll put this onto foreground, and I'm going to scale this bigger. Okay, and I'm going to add a component, and it's going to be a physics 2D box collider. Okay, and I'm going to take this and put it here, and I'm going to scale it a little bit bigger, and we're going to put it right here, like on his head, and we're going to make this one a trigger. All right, and I'm going to turn the sprite render off, and we're just going to call this attacker, whatever. And I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this, Control D. Let's try this again, Control D. And I'm going to put one on the back end too, so you have to not hit those. Actually, you know what? We'll just put one on the front. That way you're a little bit safer. Okay, so we have it here. I'm going to take this, and I'm also going to parent that to Dragon. So this goes in front, all right? And it's just going to move, because the Dragon moves the other things, it's going to move this one too, okay? So basically what I'm going to do, though, is on attacker here, I'm going to go ahead and go to my scripts. And remember I had that death box script? I'm going to attach that to attacker. Okay? Now you're going to see, I'm going to save this real quick. You're going to see, watch what's going to happen, I think. Okay. So basically what happened is that if you that death box script just kills anything that has a collider. So it's going to destroy the thing and whatever else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to open up Deathbox, which I actually have already open. And I'm just going to set one more thing onto this. I'm going to say if the other dot tag equal if it is player, then it's going to destroy. So the only thing this will do is destroy that. And it will change it also for the bottom one, because this is attached to two separate things. But the only thing that could possibly fall off is the player, so it doesn't really matter, because he's just going to be stuck up here. So if I go back here now and hit play, come on, and then hit play, he'll bounce back, and then he'll kill the player, okay? Although it looks like he got killed in the process, which I guess doesn't actually matter. He shouldn't have gotten killed, but whatever. I don't care. They could both die. What difference does it make? Okay. Then I'm just going to hit update, and because this is now parented to this, if I hit update, it will assign that. So now that attacker is set up like that. Now the last thing we're going to do, I'm going to say this real quick. Missing reference object type game destroyed. Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's just because it got destroyed. Okay. The last thing I'm going to do basically is just make my level, and this is kind of the fun part. Okay. So, oh, you know what else? This death box here, I gotta parent that to what do I want to parent that to? I'm gonna parent that to the camera, and I'm also gonna parent the background skybox. That way, when this moves, it will move it'll move both of these, because the camera's going to get moved by the character, and it'll move both of these constantly, so they'll all slide together like this. Okay, all right, good, and what we're going to do basically is just set up the level. So this is pretty easy. So we're just going to go to prefabs here, and I have a bunch of these things, so I'm going to take this, we'll plop this one here, and then I'm going to take my character. It will start the character right there, and then after that I'll take this, and I'm going to put this one here, and then maybe I'll put this here and this one here just to make it weird, and then we'll just throw a couple of clouds up here. These clouds are small, so I'm going to try something real quick. We're going to take all these clouds, and I'm sorry, we're going to go over to where you scenes. Oh, you know what? I don't even care. We'll just scale them. So take it like this, and I'll hit R, and I'll scale it bigger. And I'll put one over here, and I'll scale this one a lot bigger. And you get kind of the idea, right? So I'm just putting a bunch of clouds in there, all right? And I'll just keep putting them in. I'll put some over here, and this one here, and so on and so forth, okay? Like so. So there's that, and then I'm going to put another one of these. We'll put a space here, and then, you know, I'm going to put a bunk bed on top of it. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. And then we'll put a table and another table. And then what I'm going to do is put my dragon right on here, and I'll make sure these tables are close enough so that the dragon can walk across. I'll put the dragon right there. And then I just got to put these turnarounds. I'll put one here and I'll put one here. All right. And you can kind of see we're just going to make our map that way. So I'm just going to go right down the line and you just go through and do that. Okay. I'm just going to save it real quick and I'll hit play and we'll see. I'm going to pull this over so I can see the game a little bit better over here. So, oops, make sure I'm in this view. Get out of here. All right. So I'm just going to go whoop. All right. And I died. I'm really bad at this game. Okay, let's try again. All right. Okay. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay, let's try again. All right. All right, so I'm just gonna wait till he passes. All right, and there we go. Oh, oh, I totally did not kill that guy. Okay, but you can kind of see how this works, right? Let's see. I got him. All right. You gotta be careful how you hit him. And that's it. But you can see he was bouncing back and forth based on those two things. And that's basically how we make a basic platform game. So the last thing we're gonna do, so I'm just gonna say this real quick, is basically just build it, okay? And you can build it any number of ways. So I'm gonna go to my build settings, and I'm just gonna add open scene. Now, like I said, I've been doing web, so I like hit switch platform, and it will switch to this. But I'm just gonna keep it. Hang on a second. It's getting. Stop licking me. Let's go back here. I just want to keep it on that. And then you would just hit build and run or just build. We'll just go ahead and do a build. And basically what I like to do is I will make a new folder. And I just call it builds. Okay. And then just make whatever you want to call it. So I just call this platformer. Platformer. And then I would hit save. And then it's just going to build it. And then you can play it. And that's basically it. Some pretty straightforward. But basically put your own assets in, the whole 9 yards. Obviously we didn't finish the game. We need to make a beginning scene, like an opening scene, or the start scene, and an ending and a victory condition and the whole 9 yards. But this is good enough where you have the basic game mechanics all incorporated, and then eventually you know, you can go from here. Okay, so there should be enough for you to kind of bite on. But the core of the game is done. We just need to add a couple more frills and thrills. All right, so that's it. Voila.